Okay, welcome CUSD families to our first official CUSD Virtual College Fair Showcase of the week. You are here for the South Showcase 4 p.m. slot. So if that's what you signed up for, you are in the right place. We are so happy to have you join us. Some housekeeping items before we get started for all of you joining right now. Just know that this presentation is being recorded. So if you need to excuse yourself early, no problem. It's going to be posted on our YouTube channel and on our College Fair tab after today. All attendees are muted and your video is disabled, so we can't hear you or see you. You get to just sit back and relax and enjoy the presentation from our awesome college reps. If you have any questions, what we're going to ask you to do is to submit it in the Q&A, okay? And just know that the reps might answer your questions as we go along, and we will try to reserve some time at the end of the showcase to answer some of your more specific questions. And again, we'll try to answer live if we can, and if not, we'll answer at the end. And you will be emailed a post survey after today via Calendly where you registered. So please let us know how this went for you so that we can improve future college fairs as well. So this is the structure of this evening's showcase. These are going to be highlights from 6 different institutions, okay? And each college or university will be presenting for 6 minutes. So please take notes of the schools that are standing out to you, that you want more information from, and collect every rep's email address or contact information so that you can get in touch with them after today as well. Thank you to our reps. This couldn't have happened without you. What you see in front of you is the order in which our college reps will be presenting this evening. So if you want to take a photo of it just for your own reference to know what you can expect, then go ahead and do that now. But thank you so much to our college rep partners for joining us. And with that, we're going to go ahead and get started with the University of Oklahoma.
Hello, my name is Amanda Marsh. I am with the University of Oklahoma. What you're seeing on this first slide right here is going to be our South Oval, and that is the hub for our undergraduate students. If we were able to pan further down south, you would see our dorms are right there. So we are very much a residential college and one of the most beautiful college campuses in the US. I always like to take a pause here because this gives you one of the best shots of our campus set up on a north and a south oval. This is a south oval that we are hanging in right now. If we can go ahead and go to the next slide, I'll get us going here. So the University of Oklahoma. It is a large tier 1 public research institution, 22,000 undergraduates on our campus. So while we are considered large, we're on the smaller end of the large scale, which is a really nice size. I never walked around campus as a graduate myself thinking, oh my gosh, 22,000 people are here. I was very used to there being anywhere from 12 to 30 students in my classes. At OU, only 4% of your classes have more than 100 students in them. So we don't want you to be in a lot of large lecture hall style classes. As a graduate of OU, I came to the university from out of state as an out-of-state student myself. So I know what some of you high school students are going through right now and considering as you're looking at some of your options out there. So why OU? That's the #1 question that I get asked, especially since I live here in Southern California. I'm based in San Diego. Is why do students go to OU? Why should I consider OU? Why did you go to OU? Campus itself is definitely the #1. OU being one of the most beautiful campuses you just saw. It's definitely the quintessential college town, but with big, easy airport access. A lot of times when people say college town, it means middle of nowhere and not a lot of people live there. Norman itself is a city of over 100,000 people, and we're just 25 minutes from the state capital of Oklahoma City. But OU is actually older than the state of Oklahoma, so everything got to grow up around it, which is really nice. From Orange County, if you flew out of John Wayne to OKC, you would have a layover. If you want to take the journey up to LAX, it would be a direct flight. We are very focused on the 18 to 22-year-old lifestyle in Norman. While we love having Oklahoma City right there for us for internships, for the NBA, for the art scene, for that airport access, we really know that students are coming to us because they want the residential walking campus, living on freshman year, moving to student apartments, renting houses with their friends, that sort of thing. We also have a very large fraternity and sorority system for our students to be living in. Next slide, please. All right, YOU. My next one is definitely going to be our academics. We're coming for degrees, right? We have over 170 different programs of study. We're a complete health science center campus, which is my tongue twister at the end of the day. We have 16 different specialties of engineering on our campus. We are home to the National Weather Center. We're #1 in the nation for severe storm research, and we have an incredible honors college that serves all of our students. So those are just a few of the opportunities to name out there. We also have our own campuses throughout the world in Arezzo, Italy, and Puebla, Mexico, and exchange agreements to get you anywhere you want to go. One of the best things about OU is there's only a few majors you need to declare coming in, and that would be the flying aviation option, and then anything in the performing arts that's audition based. Everything else, you're admitted to the university as a whole. It is still a 4-year program though, so it's not going to slow you down. We believe that a 4-year degree should take you 4 years at OU. November 1st is our early action deadline, and December 15th is our final scholarship deadline. So whether you're putting something within engineering or undecided, you're being admitted to OU as a whole, not that degree granting program. Next slide, please. All right, this is our holistic review process. So how am I going to get admitted to the university? We are test optional moving forward, both for your admission and your scholarship. If you do have a test score, we can use it for course placement. We're also a school that will let you add that test score on later. So you can be admitted to OU, receive your scholarship, and send us a score later if that's something you want to do. If not, you will take course placement tests. So we're looking at the whole student when we're looking at you, and the same for our scholarship review as well. Next slide. All right, being able to afford OU is a big YOU for students. We are a very large non-resident population school. Almost half of our students come to us from out of state, with Southern California coming right after our neighbor state of Texas. And part of the reason definitely is that we don't have impacted programs, and we'll get you in and out, but also 94% of our incoming freshmen received a scholarship last year to attend OU. The average California was guaranteed $9,000 per year for all 4 years, which puts us cheaper than a lot of our in-state options here. So definitely a reason students are coming to us from SoCal. Next slide. All right, my final YOU for today and why you should be considering us is if you are a competitive person, if you're really looking for the big school spirit, that's definitely what I was looking for. I'm a person who loves to win almost to a fault here. And our sports teams at OU tend to do that a lot. We are one of the most storied athletic programs of all time, with our football program ranking within the top 3 all time. We're the home of the longest winning streak. Right now we are 7-0. We are also moving from the Big 12 to the SEC. So we're really shaking up some of the college football world there with that move. Our most recent national championship, though, was in our women's softball, which is an incredible, huge program for us. So it's not just football on our campus, it's 19 different D1 sports. If you're looking for big school spirit and involved student life, a large fraternity sorority system, but with the access and support of a smaller institution, OU might be the right fit for you. Please reach out to me for more information. I would love to know more about you and help you find your YOU. Thank you so much for your time, and I'm going to hand it over to Pam with the University of Florida.
Thanks, Amanda. And I have to say that SEC plug, I'm all for it. We do believe we are the best conference out there. So hi, I'm Pam Lang. I'm with the University of Florida. I am the West Coast Regional Admissions Officer. This is my contact information. And the picture you're looking at is our Carillon. And this is like a bell tower that you might see over in Europe. It's very old. And usually when people see these bell towers, they think, oh, Bach or Mozart or something beautiful that way. Well, the bell tower, if you're a music major, you can sign up to have like a little time slot that plays at noon. And so I've heard things like AC/DC coming out of that bell tower. It's just been, Imagine Dragons. It's really fun, really cool. That's right in the middle of campus. So next slide, please. A little bit about Gainesville. We are a large college town. We have about 135,000 total people. 55,000 of those are going to be undergrads and graduate students, and then another 35,000 faculty and staff. So it is a giant college town. There's a small regional airport that Delta and American fly into it, so it's super easy to get there from Southern California. There's also a bus system. So no matter where you go on campus, you can ride that bus for free. All you have to do is show that student ID. So you do not need to drag a car from Orange County all the way out to Florida. Also, there's like people like to, it's flat. If you've ever been to Florida before, it's flat. So longboard, skateboard, walk, ride a bike, and little Vespa scooters like you see in all of the Rome and European movies that everybody's riding around those Vespas. So those are super popular. You see those everywhere you go. Okay, next slide, please. So as of about 3 weeks ago now, we are tied for the number 5th best public university in the United States. So we're really excited about that. We have a 97% freshman retention rate. So there's so many reasons why students come to be a Gator and they do not leave. They like it on campus. Artificial intelligence. This is our latest buzzword. Right now, we have the second largest, fastest, biggest, strongest AI computer of any college or university in North America. And the reason is because one of the co-founders of NVIDIA, he is a Gator and he helped us build our computer. But what we're doing different with that is no matter what you study at the University of Florida, whether it's wildlife management or aeronautical engineering or art history or something like this along these lines, you can take those AI courses to become certified in AI for your internships and your jobs after university. We do not admit based on major. Somehow it just tends to work itself out. When you put that application in the University of Florida, you could write mechanical engineering, you could write psychology. It does not matter to us. When you come for freshman orientation, that's when you'll officially declare your major and they'll put you in your program. Everything but, well, some of the art programs and nursing, you have to do a portfolio and continue on that program at the end of your sophomore year. We have a campus-wide honors program that you can apply to when you apply to be a Gator. This program has a separate residence hall. They have some smaller class sizes. They bring in people to give lectures right there in the residence hall. So it's a little bit fun and exciting to be in the honors program. If you do not make it during your freshman year, and don't worry, if you apply for honors college, it does not impact your admission application at all. But also you can apply at the end of your freshman year if you have the grades for it. We allow our undergraduates to do research on campus. You do not have to be a junior or senior or grad student. You can get that research right as a freshman. And there's a few things that have come off our campus we're really excited about that we've developed over the years. Centricon, there's a couple of, well, let me tell you, the biggest one is going to be Gatorade. And yes, that's not just an urban myth. Gatorade, get it, where the Gators, Gatorade. Yeah, that was way back in 1965. Our International Center, you can study abroad. We have professors and programs on 6 different continents. So you can go with our school, you can go with our partner schools, you can go with a friend and bring all the paperwork into our International Center, and chances are they're going to let you go and get our UF credit for that. We want you to study abroad. We have over 1,000 clubs and activities. We have over 60 sororities, fraternities, and professional Greek organizations. We have ROTC. If you're looking for a way to pay for college and you're thinking about the military at all, we have all 4 branches. Again, D1 athletics, part of the SEC. Like Amanda said, our campuses are big, robust. Our softball and our baseball have been to the World Series in the past few years. Our gymnastics program, our swimmers, our track athletes. You watched a lot of our athletes this summer in Tokyo. So you've seen some really cool Gators and didn't even know it. Like Caleb Dressel, if you saw that big tattoo on his arm, right in the middle of that, there is a Gator. We have the Gator Nation, which are 500,000 active Gator alumni all over the world. There's actually a club fairly close to y'all. The SoCal Gator Club meets in Costa Mesa for watch parties for all the different games. We have combined degrees, so there's a few programs that you can get in 5 years. So if you know you want to get your undergrad and your master's degree, some of those programs will combine those together for 5 years instead of 6. We also have a medical and a dental accelerated program that you apply to at the end of your sophomore year on campus. And if you are accepted, you go straight to medical school or dental school at the end of your junior year spring, and then you get out in 7 years instead of 8. So again, we have that medical school, we have a vet school, law school, dental school, and pharmaceutical school. And campus of University of Florida is like a giant rectangle. It's all right there. Next slide, please. So this is my contact information. If you want to snap that QR code, it'll take you to a website to get on our mailing list. Again, this is my contact information here. You may be aware that the University of Florida has social media. The Gators, our athletics, they have social media. Some of the different colleges on our campus, like engineering and stuff, they have their own social media. But Office of Admissions, we have ours as well. So you can connect with us on any of these platforms you have right here. And I thank you so much. And we're moving on to the next.
Y'all, thank you so much for joining today. My name is Jackie and I am the UA regional recruiter for the University of Alabama. I'm actually up in Northern California. You have a specific Southern California rep, but she is currently out on leave, so she'll be back in the spring. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Next slide, please. So we are located in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It's a city of about 100,000 people, and the closest big city, which is where you'd be flying into, is Birmingham, Alabama. My favorite part about going to school in the SEC would be just how close you are to all these different cities. I grew up in California, and so I'd never been to places like Nashville, Atlanta, or New Orleans, or the Florida Panhandle. So it was really awesome to be able to drive through so many states in one day. The city of Tuscaloosa has a bustling downtown, and we also attract lots of concerts and so many different activities. We are close to Birmingham, like I mentioned, Atlanta, Nashville. And then pretty much you can get a direct flight from Birmingham up to DC, New York, Boston, if you want to take a quick weekend trip. If you don't want to go to, travel around to go to some of our football games located over in Gainesville or in Athens, Georgia. But I highly recommend going and driving around to all the other SEC schools and checking out their football atmosphere. However, the University of Alabama does have a pretty phenomenal tailgating atmosphere, so I highly recommend doing that as well. Next slide, please. So we are a large research institution. We have about 38,000 students currently enrolled at the University of Alabama. While we are a large research institution and enjoy the perks of that, we still maintain a student to faculty ratio of 23:1. So you are still getting to know your faculty, which is a great opportunity for you to get internships and other out of class opportunities. Our faculty are Nobel laureates, New York Times bestsellers, Pulitzer Prize winners. And so it's really great to be able to get to know them one-on-one. When it comes to internships, we are ranked number 2 in the country. When it comes to internship placements for our students, about 70% of our students do complete some kind of internship while they are in undergrad. We believe that that really sets you up for success post-grad, gets you those really cool out of classroom activities and experiences. Our faculty are more than happy to set you up with internship opportunities, but you're also able to take advantage of our really huge alumni networks that we have all over the country. We offer more than 200 different majors and minors, and on the off chance that we don't have the major that you're interested in, you have the opportunity to create your own major through the new college. Our top 5 programs of study are business, engineering, communications, health sciences, and human sciences. Our nursing program is currently ranked in the top 5% in the country. Our business program is currently ranked in the top 30. Our PR school is currently ranked number 1 in the country. So lots of top academic programs on our campus. Next slide, please. When it comes to student life, we are a very, very engaged campus. While most of our students are from out of state, about 55% of students are out of state students coming from places like Georgia, Florida, Texas, and Tennessee. California students are currently ranked number 7, so we are slowly climbing into that top 5 spot. Most of our students are from out of state. About 40% of our students are from Alabama. All 50 states and DC are represented in our student population, and about 90 countries are represented in our international student population. So you'll be meeting people from all over the country and all over the world. We have more than 650 student organizations ranging from social and service all the way to pre-professional programs. Giving back to our campus community is a huge part of our culture, and last year UA students logged more than 1 million hours of service back to the community. We also have the largest Greek community in the nation, with about 35% of our students affiliated with a Greek organization. However, if you are not interested in going through recruitment, there's so many opportunities to meet people out of the classroom and out, or in the classroom and out of those Greek communities. Next slide, please. So here are some different options to apply. We have our Common App and our UA specific application. There is no preference which one you use to apply. We are rolling admissions, we are test optional, we are holistic review, you are automatically considered for scholarships, and we do not require an essay or a letter of recommendation. Once you submit your transcripts to us, you'll receive your admissions decision in about 2 to 3 weeks. I do want to touch on scholarships just a little bit. We offer some of the most generous merit-based scholarships in the country. About $200 million of scholarships were offered to students last year. We have 2 different types. Our first one is our automatic merit scholarships, where we only take into consideration GPA and test score. So I know a lot of students here in California have not been able to have the opportunity to take a standardized test. For students that do not have a standardized test, you'd be looking at the competitive admission scholarship. Those ones have a yearly value of $8,000 to tuition. We have 3 different rounds for consideration. Our first round just closed this past Friday, but if you are admitted by November 30th, you will be considered in our second round. If you are considered in our second round and you are not granted any scholarship, you are automatically bumped into the third round. So if you want 2 different options for consideration, I highly recommend getting your application in as soon as possible. Also, this week is our free application week. So if you are interested in submitting your application, this would be the perfect week to do so. I'll pop some information into the chat and my contact information. Feel free to register for this session by clicking the link, and I'll send you some information on how to qualify for that free application. Thank you all so much, and roll Tide. And here's my contact info. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. This is V with University of Louisville. We're going to go to the northernmost school. Well, okay, that's not coming out correctly. Anyway, we are a southern school in the northernmost part, I guess, from these group of schools here. I am V. Alidema with the University of Louisville in Kentucky. I am based in Los Angeles, California, and work with students from all Western US. My contact information is right here, so please feel free to get in touch with me if you have any questions about the University of Louisville. Next slide, please. All right, so as a mid-sized public institution with around 12,000 undergraduate students, we are a great option for those who want a well-rounded college experience without getting lost in the numbers. Our students enjoy small classroom sizes at about 26 students on average per class, 14:1 student-professor ratio, great support services for students in every grade and tutoring in every subject, including even higher level engineering courses to ensure students complete their college work in 4 years, including in programs like engineering, business, nursing, and the #2 ranked sports administration program in the nation. These are, by the way, the most popular programs for students coming from California. We're also very fortunate to have our own medical school, university hospital system, and direct entry into our dentistry school and law school program. We also have more than 216 majors, so there's something for everyone. And if you're not sure what you want to study, that's okay. We are very undecided friendly and have all the resources to help students find the right major and still graduate in 4 years. No matter what program you choose, including undecided, we do have an automatic California specific scholarship that starts at $10,000. This does include test optional students. Okay, next slide, please. All right, so our location is in the suburb of Louisville. It's about 10 minutes away from downtown and walk-in distance from the famous Churchill Downs, where the Kentucky Derby takes place. The U of L has been named the most beautiful campus in Kentucky. We are a residential university with ample housing options and plenty of parking as well. We do guarantee parking and housing options for all students, but we do require first 2 years for students to live on campus. If you do bring a car, you don't need one, but if you do bring one, parking is only $100 per year. We are a beautiful tree-lined campus with a compact and very walkable campus. End to end, it'll take you about 15 minutes total to walk. We do also provide free shuttles around the campus to and from downtown and to and from the international airport. All right, next slide, please. Okay, so we are a Power 5 Division I school. We are known for our school spirit, and aside from being top 20 in the nation for athletics, we're also known to instill community engagement in students with more than 450 different organizations, intramural sports, 34 Greek organizations, and more. Next slide, please. So our location is also very beneficial to our students. Louisville is known as a city of 1.2 million people with plenty of opportunities for fun, recreation, and internship in Fortune 500 companies. Louisville is known for its beautiful landscape, for changing but mild seasons, with parks designed by the same person who designed Central Park in New York. It's been named top food destination in the world in 2016. It's home to the world's only underground zip lining, biggest fireworks show in the US, world-renowned horse race, the Kentucky Derby, of course, and a city where 109 languages are spoken full-time. There are, by the way, direct 4-hour flights to Louisville every day from LA, and our campus is only 10 minutes away. Next slide, please. All right, so this is what you need to do to apply to the University of Louisville. So we are test optional for seniors this year. If you are a junior or sophomore, we will be making our decision very soon about whether we will go test optional again in the next few years. It is very possible that we will continue being test optional, so stay tuned for more information on that. You can apply to University of Louisville either via Common App or the U of L direct Take Flight app. All you need to apply is your application and your high school transcript, along with a $25 app fee. We do not require an essay or letter recommendations. If you have them, you're welcome to send them in. Otherwise, we will only focus on your application, your high school transcript, and all you need is your $25 app fee. All students will be automatically considered once you're admitted for the $10,000 scholarship, and you will have plenty of opportunities for additional scholarship after that. Thanks so much for your attention, and go Cards.
Okay, and good evening, everyone. My name is Emil Scheider with the University of Arkansas. Woo pig sooie. I've got a lot of info to share, so let's get going. So first, a little bit about the University of Arkansas. Pictured here is Old Main, which is the original building for the University of Arkansas. We were founded back in 1871, and we have humble beginnings as a state land-grant university. From our first graduating class of 9 students, we have grown to over 29,000 students total enrollment today. We have 150 years of traditions. Old Main is the original building. It is still standing and it is still in use, so you will more than likely have a few classes there. A little bit about the city. We are in Fayetteville, Arkansas, which is in the very northwest corner of Arkansas. And with that, Fayetteville, Arkansas has actually been ranked in the top 5 best cities to live in by the U.S. News and World Report. So we've got a lot going on, not only on our campus, but also in the surrounding city and the surrounding areas. But even though we are such a hopping city to be in, we are also in the top 25 outdoor colleges in the U.S. So we do have a lot going on, both in the city with opportunities for your career and for your education, but also just getting out in the great outdoors to unwind. Next slide, please. So California to Arkansas is a little bit of a ways away. So you can see there where we are on the map, again, very northwest corner. But where exactly are you moving to? Fayetteville, Arkansas has a lot going on. It's kind of a hidden gem. And so it is growing very rapidly. But some of the nice things is that we are in the top 5 best cities to live in. So there's a lot to look forward to with just the city itself. Just north of us is Bentonville, Arkansas, and Rogers, Arkansas. Those make up the greater Northwest Arkansas metropolitan area, and they are home to Crystal Bridges, which is an international art museum. So that's definitely something that can add to your cultural scene here. We also have a vibrant outdoor community. So like I said, top 25 outdoor colleges. You may or may not know that Arkansas as a state is known as the natural state. So there are a lot of natural state parks and everything for you to look forward to visiting. Pictured in the bottom right corner there is Buffalo National River, specifically Whitaker's Point, which is the most photographed point in Arkansas, popular destination for hiking and trekking outdoors. Definitely recommend visiting there at least once. But we also have some very extensive bike trailways too. So if you are a cyclist or if you want to start cycling, there's actually, I think, a 35-mile long bicycle trail that connects Fayetteville with Bentonville and Rogers. So you can bike pretty much everywhere here. It's really awesome. And Bentonville has also been ranked in the top mountain biking cities in the nation. So lots to look forward to there. Next slide, please. And then a little bit more about our campus. So not just the area, but also the campus that you'll be living on. You can see a little bit of the fun aspects pictured here. We are the largest university in the state of Arkansas. Like I said, we have about 29,000 students total enrollment, but we do still maintain a 19-to-1 student to faculty ratio. About 87% of your classes are 50 students or less. And then once you get into your upper level credits, they'll mostly be 30 students or less. We have over 200 academic programs with about 84 majors and even more minors for you to choose from. So a lot to look forward to. And then we do also have over 400 registered student organizations, and those change year to year. They range from things like I Love Dr. Pepper Club to pre-professional societies. So there are a lot of different ways to network with other students on our campus. And next slide, please. So with coming to this great university, we have a lot to offer, but how do you actually get here? The University of Arkansas's application is live. It opened in July, and our priority admissions deadline is November 1st, which is kind of a common deadline, as y'all may have noticed by now. But for the priority deadline, first and foremost, it is not binding. It does not obligate you to come to the University of Arkansas, but it does give you access to priority scholarship consideration if you fill out the separate scholarship application by November 15th. So we do have a separate scholarship application. So that will qualify you for all of our new freshman academic scholarships, and we will award you up to the single highest scholarship that you qualify for from that. For our admissions requirements, you can see the 3 different kind of tiers of admissions requirements towards the bottom. But basically, if you have a 3.2 GPA or higher on a weighted 4-point scale, you can be admitted test optionally for our fall 2022 applicants. Beyond fall 2022, we may go back to our standard admissions requirements, which are more of the test flexible options, where a 3.0 or higher with a 20 on the ACT or a 1030 on the SAT will get you in. On average, though, our incoming freshman class has about a 3.6 GPA and a 26 on the ACT or a 1240 on the SAT. And next slide, please. Okay, and so this is going to be the biggest part about our admissions application for our out-of-state students. We're about 50% in-state, out-of-state enrollment here. For our out-of-state students, though, we do have an automatic scholarship tuition award that we award to all out-of-state students who qualify. It's called the New Arkansan Non-Resident Tuition Award, which is quite a mouthful, so we call it the NRTA for short. But for California residents, we offer 80 or 50% off of your out-of-state tuition cost. It is awarded automatically upon admission, and it does stack with any other scholarships that you receive. So if you bring in outside scholarships, if you receive one of our other scholarships, those will stack on top of that. It is awarded based on your application GPA, but we do update it based on your final GPA at graduation. So if you're rocking out your senior year, keep up the great work, and you can definitely improve that if applicable. And next slide, please. And so that is my time. Again, those are the big deadlines, November 1st, November 15th, and then December 1st for financial aid, of course. Again, my name is Emil. It is a pleasure to meet y'all all. I hope you're enjoying your evening. If you ever have questions, always feel free to reach out. My email is listed there. I'm happy to set up a Zoom appointment, a phone call, anything you need to learn more about our wonderful university. And with that, I'll hand it over to our last presenter for the evening.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Brittany Slaughter, and I am the Director of Regional Admissions at Elon University. Elon is located in Central North Carolina, but I'm actually joining you tonight from Southern California, where I am based full-time to work with our West Coast students. I actually grew up in Southern California myself and attended Elon, so not only can I talk to you a little bit about what it's like to be a student who leaves home and goes to college away from home, but I can certainly talk about what it's like to really be immersed in the Elon community. This first picture you're seeing is our Alamance building. Actually used to serve as a train station to the local town of Elon. So it welcomes you from both the front and also the back, when really regardless of what side of the building you're standing on. But you can expect to see a lot of this traditional Georgian style of architecture on Elon's campus, the cupolas and the ivy covered brick walls. To me, it just has that great college vibe and college feel. You'll see on the next slide, we can go ahead and advance to that, but there are QR codes on here. So if you wanted to get a little bit more information, or if you wanted to register your own info with Elon, you're welcome to scan any of those codes at any time during my quick couple of minutes with you. So if you're not familiar, Elon is located in Central North Carolina. We enjoy the benefit of all 4 seasons and local Southern hospitality. So despite the fact that 80% of our 6,200 students come from out of state or overseas, the friendliness and really the inclusive spirit of campus is a defining quality. Elon is a traditional small college town, so we've got this really great vibe and easy to navigate campus. So you don't really get lost. Everything is really in the one place for you. We do have 2 airports within an hour of campus. So even though it might feel far from where we are in Southern California right now, it's actually pretty easy to get to Elon. We have the Raleigh-Durham Airport, which is 45 minutes away, and the Greensboro Airport. Now, I do like to introduce Elon as a hybrid university, offering the best of a liberal arts university with that traditional college feel, small classes, yet also offering some bigger school resources like pre-professional programs, Division I athletics, and undergraduate research opportunities. When you apply to Elon, you do apply to the university as a whole versus one of the 5 schools that you see here. Obviously, with the only exception being if you are someone who is looking to apply to any of our visual and performing arts programs or our new nursing program. With over 70 different majors at Elon, there's no doubt you'll be able to find something that's the right major for you. We offer a top 50 business school, an extensive school of communications, our school of education, and then our newest school, our school of health sciences, which houses our nursing program, which is really exciting. It's very common for students to have a major in one school and a minor in the other. And the reason for that is because of our 4-1-4 academic calendar. Elon does run on a semester system, but we squeeze one additional class into the year during the month of January. We call this time frame winter term, and winter term essentially builds an extra semester into your college career. So you end up graduating with 9 semesters versus 8, giving you this great flex time to maybe, if you come to Elon and you're an undecided student, which we love, it gives you that flex time to try and figure out what that looks like for you. If you're someone who knows what you want to study, it gives you that time to maybe consider a double major, or maybe you want to study abroad for a full extra year. The time is really up to you. We can go ahead and go to the next slide. Elon really is an ideal fit for students who are looking for that more hands-on approach to your learning. Class sizes are kept small, and we actually cap them at 33 students. So I like to joke that Elon's a place that it's really hard to ditch class because your professor knows you really well, and you're always going to be in class with that professor versus being in that classroom space with a TA. We have an excellent academic advising program in which advisors only carry a caseload of 40 students. So it's a very personal process when you consider we have over 6,000 students on campus. Advisors are really there to ensure that you're not just taking the correct classes, but to have the larger scale discussion around your career goals and, when is it the right time to include undergraduate research? When should you plan that study abroad? What types of internships should you be looking for? That way, when your 4 years is up, you've got some really great career opportunities. So if you're looking for maybe a little bit more support and guidance in that realm, Elon is certainly a good fit for that. I did mention that Elon is a traditional residential community. 70% of our students are choosing to live on campus all 4 years. And our housing is actually organized by neighborhoods versus building. So it really lends to just this quaint, really energetic campus community. You are required to live on campus your first and second year, but you should have plentiful housing options. Elon is also a really active student body, really active campus. Most students are doing about 2 to 3 activities outside of just going to class. So I can guarantee that you really have no excuse not to be bored. You'll really be drawn into that energy. I want to touch on scholarships ever so briefly. Elon ranks nationally amongst one of the private higher education institutions with a total cost that is well below the national average. So in addition to offering an affordable cost, we also have a number of need and merit-based scholarships. If you're someone who wants to dig into your studies and really feel that academic stretch, you might consider any of our honors programs. These are called our fellows and scholars programs. In addition to offering scholarship monies with these programs, they also have extensive learning opportunities, specialty mentoring, and really unique study abroad components as part of them as well. You do need to apply additionally to these programs by January 17th, so you have some time. I know we're coming to the end, so we'll just go ahead and go to that last slide. Elon might be a hidden gem to you right now, but we're really excited to be named as part of the top 100 schools in the nation. A lot of that comes from our commitment to engage learning, really making sure that you're not just, again, going through the motions of college, but getting these really great experiences like an awesome internship program or the opportunity for global study or service learning. So if any of that sounds exciting or intriguing to you, I'd love to connect with you. I don't want to go over my time, but just want to say thanks for being here and hope you have a successful college search and application process.
Awesome. Thank you so much for wrapping us up, Brittany. That was awesome. And thank you to all of our college reps for joining us this evening. For our participants, we have a few minutes left, and you 6 college reps in here who can answer some questions for you about their institution. So if you do have questions, feel free to pop it into the Q&A and we'd be happy to answer your questions at this time. And if you don't have any questions, then you're welcome to excuse yourself to hop into the next showcase that you might be registered for this evening. Any questions at all for any of our awesome college reps? Let's see what we have here. And again, you can use the Q&A if you'd like. And if you don't have any questions, have a wonderful evening and thank you for joining us. And thank you again to all of our amazing college reps and the amazing information that you shared. I learned something new actually from each of your schools that I can take to my students. So I'm really excited about that as well. And as you can see in the chat box, we're getting some contact information for our reps. So please take note of that if you are interested. Here we go. Yes, to answer your question, this session will be recorded. It is being recorded, and we will be posting it on our YouTube channel and also on our college fair tab on our website, on our page. So you'll have access to this later as well. Any other questions, friends? Don't be shy. I know some of you are just getting out of school right now, so you're probably still like, ugh, what's going on? Give you just a couple more minutes, and if not, that's okay. You can reach out to the reps in your own time if you'd rather do that. Okay, friends. Well, to honor everybody's time, we can go ahead and call it for today's showcase. Thank you so much for being with us. And again, you can find the recording on our YouTube channel and on the College Fair page. And if you did opt to send your contact information to our reps, they will be receiving that by next week, and they'll be in touch with you as well, so that you can get some more information about their program, okay? Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. We so appreciate all of your time.